So tonight I'm working Centaurus A, which is a galaxy very low in the sky. It doesn't get very high from the horizon here in Georgia. It's more of a southern hemisphere object, but it's something I've always wanted to shoot. I've been playing around with other objects through the night, but this is the main one that I wanted to focus on. I'm only doing 1 minute exposures because the guiding is very poor when objects are this low in the horizon. This is about 7, 8, maybe 9 degrees. But this is the first exposure that had come through, and you can see the stars are pretty decent. They're not too bad. So I'm going to work this galaxy tonight. You can see it's like an elliptical galaxy, I believe, and it's got this dark dust band that kind of bisects it. So it's really cool in its appearance. I think it's a really cool galaxy. It's different than a lot of the galaxies that you'll see in the night sky. So we're going after this tonight, and I do have a pole master now. DJ had mentioned I should invest in one, so I went ahead and got that, and it seems to really have helped with the guiding. I was looking at the Sombrero galaxy before I came over to this one, and the guiding around that was about 0.8, but this object is so low in the horizon that my guiding here, well, we went through a dither, but I think the guiding on this has been about 1.2, and that's the reason why I'm doing just such a short exposure. Right now it says 1.64, but it did go through a dither. So we'll see how all of this looks with the end result on this galaxy. It's a difficult target to go after due to its location in the sky. It's just very low, but it's very bright too, which is convenient because you can take a pretty short exposure on it, and that section of the sky that it's in is also quite light polluted. But we'll see how all this turns out. We're working Centaurus A. Just a cool little galaxy to go after. So I'm currently working, well, shooting the Centaurus A galaxy, but the Omega Centauri globular cluster is just so close by that I thought I would swing by and just capture a sub exposure on it to see how it looks. I'm doing a quick 40-second exposure. And we're going to take a look here and see what the Omega Centauri globular cluster looks like coming through the Eta C. So here it comes. Wow. That is a massive globular cluster. It about fills up the entire field of view. Wow. You know, another night, I think, maybe even tomorrow night's supposed to be clear. I might go after this and just play with these really southern objects, but yeah, that's the Omega Centauri globular cluster. That might be the next target I go after. So I currently am working, my guiding is really bad in this part of the sky because it's so low, but it's the Omega Centauri globular cluster, and you can even see it right there on the guide camera. It's so big and bright. But I've got the 80mm scope on, and there's one sub, so you can see it's a large globular cluster. I'm just doing 30-second exposures, so I'm going to capture a bunch of these and hopefully get an image of Omega Centauri. That would be pretty cool. This is one of the subs on Omega Centauri with the 80mm Widefield. Looks about how a globular cluster would look through the Eta C. Yeah, this is the largest and brightest globular cluster in the sky, and it's extremely low in the horizon. Let's see here. You can see how the scope is basically horizontal as it works the globular cluster, which is essentially just above the tree line. So I'm gonna just collect a whole bunch of subs, these little 30-second subs, and see what kind of image I can get of Omega Centauri. This is the same